Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your day. I just finished my shift and I have a wonderful presentation for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about the IM608 top 10 questions of the week. So this is a compilation of questions that I receive doing certain procedures with my clients and people who book consultations with me. If you would like to purchase your Autel IM608, you know exactly what to do. Go to auteltech.co.za and book the diagnostic tool consultation. All right. So let's start off with question number one. What's the difference between the IM608 Pro and the IM608 Pro 2? All right. So let's look at the data here, guys. The IM608 Pro 2 has a better operating system. We're using Android 10, or the previous version was Android 4.4. To KitKat. We have a way better processor, so that the benefit of that is if you're reading data, all that stuff's going to be a lot quicker and responsive. We have more memory. The previous was 2 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of onboard memory. It's been upgraded to 4 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of onboard memory. So this is going to be good because the more memory you have, it's going to speed up your device. When you have less memory, it slows it down. Okay, display is pretty much the same. Connectivity is pretty much the same. The only difference is the SD card. It's been upgraded from 32 to 64-bit. Okay, sensors, there's a light sensor for the brightness and auto adjust on the IM608 Pro 2. Power input, power compensation, operating temperature, all this is pretty much the same. It weighs a little bit more, but it's not too bad. Okay. JVCI, the JVCI Plus will allow you to connect with vehicles that have a faster protocol to transfer information. Remote expert. So if you guys don't know, this is basically allows a remote programming technician to go in your tablet and do the flash programming on your behalf, like for a fee. You negotiate a fee. It's on the platform, and the IM608 Pro has this. The camera has been improved from 8 megapixels to 16, and a couple other benefits is the scan VIN through the camera and the scan license feature. Okay, so now you can clearly see what you're getting in terms of the hardware and software. Question number 2. Should I purchase the IM608 Pro locally or import directly? So the question is, I just would like to know if it's advisable to buy IM608 Pro in South Africa, or can I import directly? All right, I see the IM608 Pro has a wide range of functionality. Okay, so obviously, guys, I'm gonna be biased, all right, because I kind of know what the lifespan is like when people buy one of these tools, and I'm just gonna present this data so you can make your own decision, okay? Because everybody has different needs, you know? So what I did here, this is called the inverse relationship between price and risk. On the y-axis here is the risk, okay? Starting from 1 to 10. 10 is the highest level of risk, 1 is the lowest level. Then at the bottom, the x-axis is the price. So the cheaper the price, the higher the risk tolerance you need to have, okay? If you invest in a more expensive price tool, you're gonna have more certainty, and this is good for people who don't want to be questioning stuff, because sometimes when you make this risk purchase, it actually is going to cost you more. For example, a lot of people, especially from overseas, they will buy their tool from the US, maybe because they have a friend there, and then when they go bring it back to their country, it doesn't work because of the IP restriction, so those are the risks you got to take. Okay. Another data set is the comparison of diagnostic tool acquisition. So what I did here was the colors represent: red is for online sellers, the green is for a consultant like myself, and then we have the local purchases. Okay, so let me walk you through this. Okay, so a lot of people get attracted by the online sellers because their price is really cheap. Like if you look You can find all of our tools like at really rock bottom prices, but their costs are like skyrocketing, and a lot of people don't see that, right? And I'll give you an example. Let's say that you're trying to do a BMW or an Audi all keys lost procedure. Okay, so if you buy from one of these guys here, okay, that's probably the type of support you're gonna get. You're probably gonna get email support, or that's pretty much it. They're not gonna take the time and walk you through certain complex procedures. So then that brings up your fear factor, and when your fear factor goes up doing these procedures, you're not gonna take those on. You're gonna say, you know what, that's something that I can't do, and that's gonna stunt your growth. Depending on your level of expertise, I mean, if you're pretty much your own bottleneck, okay? And we all have room for improvement, but that's what you guys have to visualize. If we go to like a local purchase, like a brick and mortar store that sells a tool, they generally have like they're in the middle here. You can ask them for some support. Maybe they help you, maybe they won't. Your fear factor is there. Your growth and learning is, it's just enough, to get by. And then you have a consultant. So consultants like myself, they're going to be a little bit higher just because your initial costs are going to be rock bottom, because you're going to have this after sales and support, and there's different strategies. So like all the problems that you're going to have during the lifespan of your tool, I basically have solutions for those. Okay. And that's going to also help reduce your fear factor. So you can take on jobs that you normally won't do because you have someone that's done it before, and that's going to really push up your growth. Okay. So think about this when you're doing your purchasing. If you want to go locally, internationally, or whatever, this is what you need to think about, not just the price, because it's an illusion. All right. So I hope that helps. Question number 3, IM608 key coverage on a 2010 BMW with EWS. Does the IM608 have the ability to do all keys lost for a BMW with this EWS system? Okay, the answer is yes. Okay, it's like a 19-step process. All right, I'll try to go over it with you. So open the IM608, navigate to the BMW system selection, select immobilizer option, choose the EWS from the list, proceed to ECU operation, confirm that it's an EWS 4. You're going to click choose read EEPROM. You're going to review the wiring diagram and connect the EWS accordingly. After soldering it, click escape and click EWS again. Then you're going to click read EEPROM. Okay, once the data has been read, you're going to save it and name that file. Click back twice to the main menu, and then you're going to find select key learning under the key operations button. Okay, load that file that you just saved, confirm the EWS, and click continue. Choose a free key slot. You're going to see a couple key slots that you can choose, and then insert your key into the XP400 serial programmer. You're going to click right key at the bottom of the screen, and once the key has been successfully registered, the job is complete. Okay. Question number 4, what's the difference between the APA109 and the APA106 cable? All right, so this is related to the previous procedure that I mentioned to you. When you're looking at the diagram, it's going to ask you to take these cables. Okay, so just for clarification, the APA109, this is for like the previous version of the XP400. The APA106, this is going to be for the XP400 Pro. Okay, they're not interchangeable. Like one is for the older XP400, one's for the newer one. All right, hope that answered your question. All right, 2023 Benz C-Class diagnostic coverage. Okay, I remember this one. So my client, he has the IM608. He was just trying to scan this vehicle. All right. Now, the first step that I did, I logged in, and I noticed that his updates weren't active. So I told him he needs to purchase an active subscription because his software only went to 2021 at the time. And then he has the older version of the IM608. So they're going to have this protocol you need to connect with these adapters, because these newer BM or Mercedes, they have somewhat of a security gateway module as well. And it needs to have some type of online handshake. So he got all that together, and he was able to read the error codes on this vehicle. I will tell you, when the vehicle is very, very new though, it doesn't give you a lot of special functions. Okay, it takes some time for Autel to add those on the newer vehicles, but he was able to get in there. Okay, so question number 6. Use body control module on a 2017 Ford F-150. Can a used body control module be installed on a 2017 Ford F-150 with the IM608 Pro? Okay, so the answer is yes, it can. Okay, when the BCM is replaced, remember this, for this vehicle you need 2 keys and then you need to carry out the parameter reset. So the function route will be go to emo status scan, select add key, follow the prompts for the key learning. Step 4, once you get the confirmation that the key's been registered, that's when you're going to go ahead and do the parameter reset. And then after that, there's a function called the perform CEI lock. And once you do that, then you'll be able to start the engine. Okay. Question number 7. I was trying to carry out a rear brake pad change on an Audi A3 2020 model. It asked me to unlock SFD to allow me to retract the piston. How do I get this code and input the token? Thanks. Okay, so let me explain what SFD unlock is. All right, so it's a German term that I'm not going to try to say, okay, but it translates to vehicle diagnostic protection. Okay, and you're going to see this on a lot of your 2020 model VW and Audi vehicles that are fitted with this system. Okay, so what happens is the control unit will initiate a challenge token during your diagnostic session, which will be validated by the Volkswagen servers, and then it's going to generate a release token that will grant you access for like 90 minutes to do your service resets or your special functions. Okay, so throughout this whole presentation, can't you guys kind of see the trend, how they're making it really difficult for us to do certain things? All right, we can't complain. We just have to adjust and figure out a way how to do it. I wasn't able to find a solution with the Autel yet. I think they're still working on it, but I did find a company. I'm not sponsored by them. I haven't even tested it out, but based on their documentation, this application will allow you to retrieve the unlock request from the control unit, and it uses units of the tokens both manually when the user generates a token upon request. Okay, so yeah, VC tool, and you can check them out and you'll be able to at least do the SFD unlock. Okay, question number 9. What are the risky BCMs on Nissans when doing key coding? Okay, so there's something that I call the Nissan BCM kill list, because Nissan introduced this as a way to prevent unauthorized access to the body control modules. Okay, so what would happen is, I remember when I started hearing this, I do a lot of Nissans, but there was one particular client who tried a couple years ago, and he said, yeah, Kurt, I just tried to add the key, and then the car, it wasn't running, and then he had to tow the vehicle to get it fixed. And then when he went to the dealer said, yeah, we're making these things where only we have to be able to do them. So to prevent that from happening, there's a list that you can document. So let me explain how this works. I know it looks kind of mumbo jumbo. So with Nissan ECUs, they always have the BCMs. They're going to have this 284B1 in the front. then dash 4CB1A, then 284B1 dash 4CB2A, and vice versa. Okay, so anytime you see these on the BCM module, these are considered really, really risky, and you're probably gonna brick the ECU. Okay, so yeah, this is the same thing, and I think the list is more, but this is what I can find for the time being. Okay, so what happens if you brick the BCM? Let's say you try to do the procedure and it bricks. This is what you need to do. Okay, so first you're gonna go into the EMO status scan and go to EMO learning. Okay, and then you're gonna see a function that says HFM restoration. So this is a process used to restore the BCM and ECM of the Nissan vehicle. Okay, this process is going to be used to pull the pin code and add the key without having to buy a new ECU or BCM. Okay, and the HFM module is a component of the BCM, and restoring it can help resolve the issues that may be arise during the programming. So when you're doing this, these are the steps you need to take. First, confirm that the ignition can be switched on by using the key in the key sensing area. Then if the ignition switch can be turned on, then enter the following path, which is what I just told you right there. Okay, if your ignition doesn't turn on, you might have a faulty HFM module. Okay, and I don't think you can install a used one. I think you have to get a new one, and you have to flash program it with the Consult 3. Okay, a lot of these modules, they're making it where they're married to the previous vehicle. Okay, so I haven't figured out a way how to virginize it. I think there is a tool that can do it, but I think it's really expensive. I think it's Arbritas. I think they have a solution for this, but it's really expensive, you guys. Just in case it bricks. But yeah, that's something that you guys can take note of. Okay. All right. So question number 10: used wind module on a 2012 Dodge Ram. I'm trying to program a used ignition module, but I'm facing issues with mismatched codes and a security light that won't turn off. Can you help? All right, cool. So what's happening here is you're missing a procedure, and that's why you're having this light on. All right, so here's the function route. You're going to start the IM608, navigate to the immobilizer. All right, from the immobilizer menu, go to the immobilizer option, choose the vehicle, select the year, make, and model. Now you're going to go to erase the VIN. Now, if you're installing a used wind module, all right, you need to erase the VIN from the wind module. If you try to replace the wireless ignition without erasing the VIN, you'll still have that security light on. All right. Then you're gonna go to PCM replace. After erasing the VIN, go to PCM replace option. This step will synchronize the immobilizer and the other components in the body control module, and then you'll be able to start the vehicle. Okay, so that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. A lot of good information. All right, I don't want to hear anybody bricking any ECUs. But yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. With that, take care, and I'll talk to you guys later.